it's something, again, that I've always wanted to do. Because haven't you ever had a conversation and you was like, damn, I wish I would have said this, or I wish maybe I shouldn't have said that, But in the course of that conversation, you can actually you can actually emphasize that collective reality that you have with that
Yeah.
person, so that's why it was good starting point that you asked about those realities, because every interaction we have is creating that reality. It's creating that reality, and it's also a mirror to ourselves. Other
Mhm.
people help us understand ourselves. They reflect ourselves. um, they should. I think they should. I think we should also help reflect upon other people so that they can see themselves through our eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about like doing a meditation and taking a step back from like a wherever we are chasing to figure out who we are, what's the life about, what's the reality is about? Do you think that helps going to the meditation process?
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Now, I mean, I can't lie. I have been on the grind. I've been on the grind, man, since I was, an 18.
Yeah.
I'm like always working, always doing something. If something's not happening for me, I quit that. I start something else. I create something new. It doesn't work out. I've, had a couple businesses. They didn't work out. So be it. Life is a playground. Sometimes you fall down and you get your knee scraped in the playground. Playground, the funnest place for kids.
Yeah.
It also be a very dangerous place, right? So if you're willing to play in the playground, but then again, it's interesting. And even though I'm not like, I don't see myself standing at death's door at age 51 now. I'm 51 now. Like that first year was like, ooh, okay, it's not so bad. I'm like, oh, you just made this all up in your head. Like you wanted something to have anxiety about. But it is now it's kind of looking at more about, not about really status. I'm not about status, labels, titles, um, that kind of thing. I'm just not
Yeah.
about that. I'm about what can I do to make people feel valued and make people feel loved? What can I do to increase my own self-love? Because that's
Yeah.
something, again, that is something, talk about observation. Like the meditation is a great way to just observe how crazy your mind is. You know, you're like, wow, my mind is just like, it's like monkey mind. They call that monkey mind. It's just all over the place. You're sitting still quietly and you think your mind is just going to fold in and go like this, and it doesn't. It's almost
Yeah.
like if the parents went away and the kids have a party. So you're sitting here quietly not moving, but you can't really get involved in the party. You're just observing. So there's that observation. Another thing that I do outside of meditation is I have done different kinds of workshops,
Yeah.
half day retreats, even 3 day. I've thrown mine in myself into things that I know are going to be uncomfortable
Mhm.
for me. I was like, okay, you've got to do this. I did a 3 day workshop. It was called Camera Ready, and on the surface it seems like it was actually more training to be on camera, and I was like, well, you can never get enough training. Maybe there's something more that I need or can get out of it.
Yeah.
But what it really was, it was like a self exploration in this really deep psychological way, because of the idea of, if you can really connect with yourself, you'll be able to connect with an audience through the camera. So it wasn't technique, delivery, speed, structure. It was, what are we gonna? It's like pre-work. It's like, how are we gonna bring ourselves? Because there's so many, and again, it was an interesting thing, because I'm one of those people who I'm just myself all the time.
Right.
There's different, I mean, I can be obviously more professional if I need to be. I can be fun and lively, but my life force runs through me all the time, and I can't play another person. But what I found in this 3 day workshop was that I didn't really love myself.
Well,
I like myself,
yeah.
but I didn't love myself. I mean, for one thing, I just felt like self-love sounded kind of gross and narcissistic, like someone staring at the mirror.
Yeah.
But like it was like, well, why do I, I had to convince myself that
Is
it
that
was,
is that because of like you wasn't be who you are? You couldn't express yourself?
I I think it was because I had a very turbulent home life coming
Mhm.
up. And, you know, my self-confidence was destroyed before it ever had any chance to emerge.
Right.
So then I spent a lot of time um existing outside of myself
Yeah.
as an observer of myself, but not really sitting in my body. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so as I've gotten older, I mean, this whole breakthrough only happened probably 5 years ago. Imagine that 5 years ago, and you realize you're really kind of observing yourself and you weren't really in your body, you weren't really in your mind. And all you did was criticize yourself and try to work against that self-criticism
Hmm.
I want to talk about this too, because it kind of come to mind, and maybe you've heard about that. Have you heard people say they want to redefine themselves?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Let me ask you that.
It's an interesting thing, which probably because they're not satisfied on themselves, so wanted to make the change and asking them kind of thoughts they have on their mind. Um, what I think is probably because of what's going on to the world, like a social media, seeing someone like your
Yeah.
friends, your relative, or like a people we follow on social media, then we tend to be like, oh, I can be that person. Why not me doing this kind of thing? So that's why all of them glamorous thing is all mostly is like a materialistic thing. All mostly is like a materialistic thing. It's not like a personal growth. Like I try to compare myself to you would be like being stupid because you come from a different background compared to mine, and I have my own identity. You have your own identity. So finding myself, like who am I, and doing my best ability to finding myself. That's why I said like step back and finding your own reality, like who
Yeah.
you are, what are you trying to do. We talked the other day, like you said, you rather be a second person, an organization, rather than a
Yeah.
top guy.
Yeah.
And I prefer like I want to be the top guy rather than a second person, even though I don't earn any money. I just do voluntary work. This is who I am. I.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's everyone different. And sometimes like you could be the person like why not become a CEO? Why not I become a founder? Why not I create a new next Apple? I become a Steve Jobs, but you knew like this is not something you want to be. This is not your purpose.